Manja, manja, bon appetit, let's eat. It's time for Tanks Cooks. Manja, manja, bon appetit, let's eat. It's time for Tanks Cooks. It's time once again for Tanks Cooks. Alright, here we go. We're ready for another episode here of Tanks Cooks, whatever you want to call it. And, Feltman's, they make the great hot dogs. They make bacon, and now they make bratwurst too. Bratwurst, we're going to be making some bratwurst, and we're going to be using the Parboil Method, which is basically you boil it to cook the inside of it, and then you grill it to get that snap. And that is supposed to be the best way to bring out the taste of the bratwurst. I don't really eat bratwurst that often. It's something I've had maybe a handful of times. So I don't really know how to cook it. So this is the first time I'm ever actually cooking bratwurst. And I'm going to be using the Parboil Method because that actually sounds kind of good. And I got some nice fresh rolls to serve it on. We'll have some nice handicap hot fries on the side. It's a good breakfast food, a good breakfast. What am I talking about breakfast? Lunch, brunch, and eventually when it gets warmer, I can maybe go out and grill. So keep an eye on that. But right now we'll be using the Parboil Method, which is we take a pot, we fill it 3/4 of the way. La 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 la. Filling the pot, filling the pot, filling the pot, filling the pot. Alright, we got our stove here. We gotta take the stove, put the pot on the stove. We'll get it set to boil. And it's probably going to take a few minutes to boil because these non-gas stoves don't heat up as fast. I tell you, the oven I had in my other place, it took like 2 minutes to boil. I don't think that was good. I don't think it was, but it takes a few minutes to get this thing boiling. Yeah, you see the heat's coming up. It will tell you that this countertop is hot. So we'll get the bratwurst in here and we'll bring it to a boil, and then I'll see you in a few minutes when the boil comes up to an update on how to make sure this comes out good. We'll take the brats, put them in the water, wee, and now we just wait for it to boil. They say a watched pot never boils. So, I gotta go do something else. Be back in a minute. Alright, we're getting that it's boiling now. So now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna cover the pot. Covering the pot, pot. And we'll let this boil for 10 minutes. So, let this boil for 10 minutes and then we'll be ready for the grilling part and then ready to plate the meal and eat. Alright, well, we got our bratwurst. It's finished, it's been boiling for 10 minutes, so we'll take the lid off. Yeah. Steam burns hurt. And now we're gonna put it on and grill them up, fry them up, grill them up. And now what we have to actually do is we have to tap them dry. Dry the bratwurst. Dry the bratwurst. And then we'll cook this on a low heat just so we could char the edges. Might be a good idea to actually do this, since this burner is already a little hot. See, I'm used to gas stoves, and with gas stoves, especially the place I was at, I turn it on and it would go from 0 to 500 degrees in 2 seconds. I don't think it was supposed to do that, but since this is already a hot over here, I could just heat this up, and what we're going to essentially do is we're just going to brown the skin. So once the pan heats up, it will start browning the skin, and well, these will be done in about 5 minutes. Look at that, see here, it's sizzling. It's sizzling. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And this should be done maybe about 5 minutes or so. And this is the first time I'm ever actually cooking a bratwurst. So wish me luck. It's getting there. Look at that, it's starting to brown up. Drumming, drumming, bratwurst, bratwurst, bratwurst. Now I'm not gonna put any peppers on anything like that. You could if you want to, but I'm not a really big pepper fan. It kind of upset my stomach. And if I want peppers, I want like as few peppers as possible. Turning and turning and turning. Maybe 2 more minutes or so. Keep turning them. Kind of acting like a little bit of a hot dog roll or roll into brats. All right, time to plate the meal. Time to plate the meal. Oh, time to plate the meal. 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 All right, here we go. We got our brats in a nice little roll. Got a good little char to it. Good little snap. And of course, you know, I always love the hot dogs. But a nice bratwurst, especially from Feltman's, is a good change of pace. And I tell you what, you couldn't find better quality bratwurst. Now we have the Feltman's, and of course, if you use promo code Frank, you get 10% off your order at feltmans.us. That's any product. Promo code Frank at feltmans.us. And these bratwursts are terrific. Here's another episode of Tanks Cooks. You know, this kitchen makes me want to cook some more. I'm definitely going to be doing more episodes.